Is the Nikon ZL Nikon's next high-resolution camera, delivering a 61 megapixel image using Sony's IMX 455 Exmor-R backside illuminated full-frame sensor? Is Nikon about to register it under the mysterious N24XX label? And could we see an official announcement before the end of Q4 2025? Well, we've got the answers, but first, please punch that subscribe button. Thanks very much. It means an awful lot to us, like a kid getting a pet panther for Christmas, minus the parental regret. Good morning, good afternoon, or even good evening. I'm Simon, your Nikon touting correspondent that has a dry sense of humor, and most importantly, a compulsion to trudge through the camera rumor mills and news sites so that you don't have to, saving your time for more important things. And speaking of more important things, if you live for big megapixels, hyper-detailed landscapes, or just like to crop in so far, and you know who you are, that you can count the pores on your subjects. Well, this video's for you. A popular Weibo account, E8M8888, recently posted that Shanghai Soguang is about to register a suspected high megapixel sensor, the 61 megapixel FX. The Nikon N24XX is about to be registered, suspected to be Nikon. Machine translation often mangles insider jargon. It doesn't get it. It doesn't know how to make sense of it. So here's the translation for photographers out there. Shanghai Soguang isn't a Nikon factory. It's not a leaker. It's not some sort of code name. It's actually a certification and wireless testing lab in China. This is where devices go before they get, well, launched and approved and registered. And the N24XX, well, that format matches the internal code that Nikon uses for their pre-launch cameras, much like the N1929 and N1932, which turned out to be the Nikon Z8 and the Nikon Z9. While E8M8888 does have a rather spotty record when it comes to reporting specifications, they are dead accurate on camera registrations. But getting back to the specifications, to deliver 61 megapixels, the Nikon ZL would likely use Sony's IMX 455 sensor. That gives it a 61.04 megapixel full-frame backside illuminated sensor of 3.76 micrometers and video resolutions up to 30 frames per second in 8K and 60 frames per second in 4K. This is not a new sensor. It's currently found in the Sony A7R5, the relatively recent A7CR, and the recently announced Sony RX1R Mark III. A camera that's overpriced for really what it is.
Oh, that's not right. No.
Personally, I'd rather have the A7R5. Although the sensor is fabricated by Sony, Nikon likely has some sort of design input or tuning influence, as we saw with the Nikon Z8 and the Z9 stacked sensors. Nikon often specifies readout circuitry and analog tuning even if the wafers come from somebody else, as in this case, Sony. So, when can we expect to see the so-called Nikon ZL? And remember, the name isn't confirmed. Camera registrations in China's MIIT database usually appear 2 to 6 months before the launch. A Q4 2025 announcement, therefore, is plausible. Realistically, this could mean that we get some sort of late 2025 launch or development announcement at the very least. I would predict late October to the first week of November. And that means that it will probably start shipping either in probably early 2026 in earnest, but we could see, we've seen this before, I think it was the Z8, I could be wrong, could have been the Z9, started shipping on Christmas Eve. So, interesting. I thought that would, in a way it was kind of cool that it would start shipping, but you know, the likelihood of it shipping on Christmas Eve and getting to you by Christmas Day, not as good. I mean, it would be great if they shipped it a few days earlier to guarantee a Christmas unwrapping. That would be great. That would be exciting. Anyhow, if you have been waiting for a 61 megapixel Nikon camera that can finally soar up there with Sony's resolution king, the A7R5, this is probably it, even if the name ZL never gets tattooed on the box. I'll be digging through MIIT filings, and we will post so that you don't have to. Until the next time, this is Simon trying to resist checking the MIIT database like a winning lottery ticket, or at least hoping to get a winning lottery ticket. And hey, one more thing, if you are picking up gear from B&H, Adorama, Amazon.com, or Walmart, then please consider using my affiliate links down below, my product links, these guys right here, because essentially this channel's viewer supported. You're keeping this channel on the air. I don't use any sponsorships, so it's very much appreciated. You get great gear at a great price without paying extra than anywhere else, and you get to support this channel without taking any money out of your pocket. I couldn't imagine a better way of supporting this channel. I don't ask for money. I don't ask for bitcoins, although it would be nice for somebody to give me a bitcoin. Can you imagine that? It's almost like somebody hands you a couple of bitcoins. It's like winning the lottery, isn't it? Incredible. I don't quite understand cryptocurrency, which is why I'm still working. Anyhow, thank you so much for tuning in. Have yourself a great day, a great week, or actually I should say a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon. And if you're living in Ontario, well, you're getting ready for a long weekend, so enjoy your long weekend, although unfortunately I'm hearing and I'm seeing outside right now that while things have cooled off, it looks humid because we're seeing the effects of the smoke from the forest fires starting to come in. So sad. But anyways, have yourself a great day and a great weekend, and we'll see you again soon. Thank you for all your support. It's very much appreciated.